Friends, 444 days of war. On Bakhmut front, last 2 to 3 days, the Ukrainian forces are continuing their counterattacks on north and south flanks of Bakhmut. While inside the Bakhmut city, the Russian forces along with PMC are continuing their westward attack and have breached the last defensive line of Ukraine and thus in a position to capture the entire Bakhmut. But how will it unfold in future is difficult to foresee, as the flanks movement has given Ukrainian forces as an advantage anywhere between 5 to 15 square kilometers, which they have regained from the Russian forces. In north, in Stupki railway station area, Malo-Ilinsky, the Ukrainian attack was not successful. However, they have moved towards Barkhosky reservoir and have been able to capture southern part of it. In south, Russian forces withdrew from forward position in Krasnoye area and towards Klishchivka. The situation is though normal at present but very volatile as Ukrainian reinforcements are being brought in. Inside the city, as I said, the Russian forces took full control of Olympic School and captured new buildings at Cherima district. The Ukrainian counterattacks in Eastern Europe, especially on Soledar front, the Russian defense minister have stated that Ukrainians launched offensive or entire line of combat, that is more than 95 kilometers in Soledar direction, but has been repulsed. Fierce battle is on in other parts of eastern zone, that is Avdiivka, Marinka and even Ugledar. In south, relatively an eerie silence prevails as long-awaited major counterattacks or offensive hasn't taken place yet. In north again, nothing special to report except that whatever was happening since last week, it is continuing. But however, I would like to say that Ukraine or say Pentagon and NATO are no longer afraid of Russia. They are targeting Crimea, Kremlin, Deputy of State Duma, even if possible Putin and others without any hesitation. Long-range weapons are pouring in and the information may not be available, but it is a full-fledged war between Moscow and Washington. So this is the situation and report from the war ground, extremely volatile and likely to erupt any moment, while the war of attrition is very high from both the sides and continuing. And now some information from other side. As far as Palestine-Israel is concerned, the war continues, but the winner is Netanyahu because the protesters against him, against his so-called judiciary reforms, has been stopped because of this war. Situation in Armenia, Azerbaijan is not normal. So is in Sudan. Pakistan is limping back to normal, though it may erupt any time if Imran Khan is arrested again. And incidentally, Myanmar, not known much about it, is sitting on a volcano. Egypt ignored American diktat to close airspace for Russian flights. On economic front, BRICS is considering to use a single currency against US dollar, but this will be a political decision and will take lots of time and consideration to reach to this conclusion. And finally, US and allies who had frozen Russian assets have started transferring them to Ukraine, and today is 240 years of Black Sea Fleet. And that brings an end to my talk today, friends. Think about not only what is happening in the war zone, but beyond it and its effect. Thank you.